Welcome, guys, to episode 40 of the Raw Report. I am your host, Jericho, along with my co-host, Bone Santana, and the Bolivian Siberian, straight out of Fairfax, Virginia, Andre P. And this is our 40th episode, guys. 40th episode. Before we begin, we got to give a good shout out to the league and the rest of you guys that tune in on every episode. 40 episodes in. And before we get started, make sure you drop a like, drop a comment, hit us up on Instagram at Raw Fantasy Sports. All right. And today we're getting into the top 5, a quick rundown, top 5 positional players of this upcoming fantasy football draft. And we're very excited. We got the Polo League coming up. And I know you guys got something up your sleeves. I know you sneaky bastards always got something up your sleeves.
Oh, shit. That was good. You just unlocked some generational trauma there.
Hey, that's what we're here for.
I may have to pause this podcast and FaceTime my therapist.
I mean, you do have the Toxico Batman call up there.
Oh, absolutely. I forgot who I was for a second. Oh, yeah, I'm the bastard of bastards. They named the Battle of the Bastards after me. You know that, right? DB Weiss and the other producers called me and they were like, hey, do you have the title? Oh, no. Already hung up and they already had the title for the episode, fellas. Trust me. I put Jon Snow, all of them to shame. Now, that said, what do they call me? What do they call me? Don't speak unless spoken to. Okay. All right. The adults are talking. All right.
A bachelor attitude. I like that.
All right, guys. All right, we're going to kick it off with top 5 tight ends to kick off the fantasy football rankings here. Bones. I'm going to go ahead and give you the first pick here, man. Give your 5 picks. Give your 5 picks.
All right.
He's a tight end himself.
With the first overall pick, we're picking Sam Laporta, baby. I think that kid is the new face of the tight ends, you know, because we all know Kelsey is on his way out rather than, rather than being, the up and coming. So it's Laporta. Then I want to say Kelsey himself, Andrews, McBride, and I'm having a tough time here because I want to say Kittle. But Kittle has been a disappointment fantasy-wise the past 2 seasons. He'll give you 20 points, then give you 3 straight games with single digits, and then blow up again. So I want to put someone else in his place. Maybe Ferguson from Dallas. And that's my 5.
Well, you're not wrong with Kelsey kind of going down, trending down, age, all that, it's a factor. Father Time is undefeated. I do like Sam Laporta, but you gotta remember, man, he had like 10 touchdowns. It's that kind of production is hard to sustain, especially with a healthy Jameson Williams now on the roster, playing well. You have a beast like Amon-Ra as well, target monster. Jahmyr Gibbs, also a receiving back. So I think that ball is going to be spread out a little more. They're going to play around with that offense, see who's going to be they might ride the hot hand. I like Laporta, but I'd probably still go Laporta, but I'm going to move up Trey McBride to 2. Following that young bust train that you're talking about.
Okay.
Because that kid is a beast. I'm moving him up to 2. He's a stud, and his progression is getting better, right? Unlike Kelsey, Mark Andrews, I put at 3. I put Kelsey at 4. I still got to give it to Kittle, production offspring of his game manager Brock Purdy, who at one point we said could be an MVP of the league. That's shame. Shame. It said could be. No. But yeah, that's my top 5 right there with Kittle rounding out, because if anyone utters the name Kyle Pitts in this podcast, will be a day they rue.
Top 5 pick.
Yeah. All right, I got my top 5. I got my top 5 here. And I think I'm going to shock everybody with my first pick. I'm going to go with Mark Andrews. The reason being, man, I look at what Baltimore has in the receiving core. All right, for my first pick, I'm going Mark Andrews out here. Zay Flowers, Rashard Bateman, Nelson Aguilar. I have all the confidence in the world that Mark Andrews will continue to get the ball here. All right. If he can remain healthy, he's definitely going to be, a top tight end. And then I would go number 2, Sam Laporta. I love Laporta. He came in as a sleeper last year and he helped one of ours, Carlos, again. He faced me in the finals last year. Laporta came out of nowhere. I mean, he had dudes making fun of him at the draft. So Laporta came through heavy for Detroit last year. I completely agree with what you guys said about Travis Kelce being on the downtrend and all that. I'm not gonna take him at number 3, and I know that he's gonna be very consistent. I know that this year is probably gonna be between the 49ers and the Chiefs for the title. But I don't see the production coming in as Travis Kelce. He had a lot of distractions around him still. All right, so I'm gonna go up and move. I'm gonna move up Kincaid. All right, I'm gonna move up Kincaid at number 3. Kincaid is somebody that came through very quietly last year in Buffalo. All right, a lot of people were scared to pick him up, myself included, but I ended up with him towards the end of the season in one of my leagues. So I like what he brings to the table. And then Trey McBride, man, he's made a lot of noise this offseason, and I definitely agree with that pick there. I want to go obviously with another pick. I know they got receivers. I know we got hands and all that, but I'm gonna go with the wild pick here, and I'm gonna pick Dallas Goedert because Philly always passes him the ball. He replaced Zach Ertz.
Jesus
All right,
Christ.
so I'm gonna put him at number 5, guys, as the sleeper. That's my bias
he's
pick
gonna
for
be
today.
asleep at the wheel. He's gonna be asleep at the wheel. They're gonna find him outside of the arena, homeless,
sips wine,
jerking the guy off for $2.
Say what you want, but I'm coming from that back-to-back title, baby. You already know who the champ up in here is. Put some respect on my name.
Not with those rankings. You can draft Dallas Goedert all you want, my friend. You can draft him all you want.
I give you 5 picks. I never said I was drafting him. Hold on, Rondell.
The reason why I rank Kelce above Mark Andrews though is the quarterback play. You got to think about.
I was thinking
Patrick
the same
Mahomes
thing.
Is the best quarterback in the league. He's gonna feed Kelce. Kelce's got to run his little route, little shove off, and he's gonna get his. Mark Andrews can do the same, but he has Lamar Jackson at the helm, who's if he has the opportunity to run, he's going to run because, like you said, lack of receivers, lack of that depth. But look at the lack of depth of receiving for the Chiefs. They just signed Hollywood Brown, I think he got carted off. He's doubtful to start the season. Probably for a couple of weeks, he's not going to play. After him, who's there? I think Kadarius Toney is, for some reason, still on an NFL roster. Who else is there? Rashee Rice. He had great games. I think he could be the guy that steps up, but not a big name. No one's there that's really ringing bells besides Travis Kelce.
I must agree. That's the same reason why I said
we're talking about
what do you do?
We're talking about Patrick Mahomes, guys. When you're talking about good quarterbacking, they can make gems out of dirt, and that's what Patrick Mahomes does. You can give him whatever squad, he's gonna turn them all into studs. So. We'll see what happens, guys. We'll see what happens. All right.
They had their
I like
lowest
Travis. I love
offense
Travis. He's always coming through. If you can get him in your draft, I highly suggest you can pick him up as fast as you can.
Yeah, I don't think he's a first rounder like he was in years past, though. I don't think he's a first rounder anymore, though.
So someone will still panic and pick him.
Yeah, Flex is out of the league, so there goes that idea.
Yeah.
All right, guys, moving along. We're going to go ahead and name our top 5 QBs for the upcoming fantasy football draft and PPR leagues. Dre, take it away.
I'm going to give it to Jalen Hurts.
Woo!
Right? I think he's got a deep ball. He still has all of his weapons over there. I think it's pretty consensus there. I don't want to give it to Josh Allen because I think fantasy-wise, like all those interceptions, all those sacks, all those, miscues and stuff could still haunt him. No more Stephon Diggs there. Jalen Hurts, the tush push king, right? So he's gonna get those points on the ground. No Diddy. And I'll go Jalen Hurts first. Patrick Mahomes as the best quarterback in the league. I will put Josh Allen there at third, though. You know, like I said, he can still produce at a high rate. Lamar, you have to as well. He had an incredible season last season. Mobile quarterback. Hopefully, you know, his throwing game keeps improving. At fifth, though, it's a toss-up, man. You know, fantasy rankings are putting Anthony Richardson up there, guys like Kyler Murray, you know, but then you have like good overall QBs, Joe Burrow. But I like CJ Stroud, man. I like CJ Stroud. And he's got all those weapons, plus the addition of Stephon Diggs out there. Nico Collins, Tank Dell, hopefully comes back healthy. They got weapons over there. So I'll put CJ Stroud at 5.
That's good. I'm gonna do my list a little different. We'll start from the bottom. All right. So honorable mentions is gonna be Anthony Richardson. You know, like when you go online and you see that he's up there in tier 2, it's because he's a dual threat guy. For everybody that's in PPR league,
cannot be overlooked.
It doesn't even matter whether it's PPR or not. The fact that this player alone can get you rushing points and passing points, I mean, you know, that alone right there, you know, like you have to look twice at that. And then to round down the top 5, CJ Stroud. Bottom 5, the reason why, yes, first great year, but it's not a guarantee that it'll happen again. Hopefully he doesn't hit a sophomore slump, but it'll be CJ Stroud. Then it'll be Lamar Jackson, because obviously Lamar Jackson, he's going to give you them points. Throwing wise, más o menos. Number 3 is going to be Patty, because of the 2 guys that I put ahead of Patty. Patty will run in a scramble here and there, but he's all about throwing that ball.
You're putting him at third because you traded him away. You don't want to rank him higher, so you can trade him away.
The worst trade in fantasy football history. It cost them the playoffs, everybody. Cost them the playoffs. Don't lie to the people.
You can proceed. Bones, you can proceed.
The reason why you guys lie to the people is because the person I traded it to hurt your seasons individually.
It didn't hurt my season. Baby. I won the title. You're gonna see me with my rings and things on, baby.
And the reason why I put Patty at 3 is because of the 2 guys ahead of him that obviously provide more in the rushing category. Jalen Hurts, and I hate to say it, but I put Josh Allen as the number 1 fantasy quarterback, because he runs way more than Hurts and he throws way more than Hurts ever could. And it's not even close. It don't matter. It don't matter to whom. Josh Allen throws the ball out there. He's a 6'7" offensive lineman that throws the ball. You can't tackle this guy down when he runs the ball. You know, like, and when they decide run this like plays for him, they don't need an extra down lineman or an extra tight end like Jalen does. Jalen doesn't look for contact. Josh Allen does. And that to me just gives him the edge when it comes to rushing. He almost put out the same total of rushing touchdowns. And Jalen Hurts has actual plays surrounding him to actually run.
The one thing that I could agree on, Bones, is that you know, because there have been so many changes now with the Buffalo Bills, they may require him to run the ball more. All right. As opposed to Jalen Hurts over here, the Eagles got Saquon Barkley from the Giants, and they did that specifically so that they wouldn't have to use Jalen Hurts in the run so much and risk so much injury. I, for one, think that they're a bit confused because Jalen is not a pocket quarterback, guys. You know what I mean? He don't sit in the pocket. He's a scrambling quarterback. But I think they did that more or less to just decrease the amount of times that he's going to rush the ball, therefore using Saquon more on the rush and more on the screen. So in a PPR league, I mean, if you're listening, right, Saquon may just be another receiver on the field. They got, you know, Devonta Smith, they have AJ Brown, you know what I mean? They have receivers, okay? So he might just be used as a running back or a receiver, guys, you know what I mean? So for my top 5, I'm going to start off with Jalen Hurts. I think he's going to give Josh Allen a run for his money, although what you just said is true. He does significantly run the ball. Now that they've taken a few tools away from Josh Allen, I do see them, you know, running the ball potentially more. but I think Jalen Hurts is still gonna outscore him in touchdowns at the end of the season overall. All right, so I'm gonna go with Jalen Hurts number one. Number two, I'm gonna go with a surprising pick here, guys. CJ Stroud, because he has
Really?
just a ridiculous receiving core. It's
We're
crowded.
high on Stroud.
CJ Stroud has receivers. He has running backs. I mean, the question is, what target is he gonna throw it to? Because he has so many tools, guys. All right, so I'm definitely gonna put CJ Stroud at number two. All right, number three, I got to do it by default. Patty Mahomes is the best quarterback in the NFL, period. He's a future Hall of Famer. I mean, what he's done up to this point is extremely significant. Even a bad season for Patty Mahomes is still a pretty good season compared to an average quarterback. So Patty Mahomes at number three, I don't know what he's going to do, but he's going to do it, man.
Lamar Jackson, retires, he's going to play Kermit in the Muppets.
Listen,
so he's
Lamar.
Oh my God.
I'm going to put Lamar Jackson at number four because simply, they give him more tools. He has Derrick Henry this year. If they don't want to rush the ball, they're going to use him as a screen. Like I said, a little bit similar to what Saquon is doing. Another quarterback that can run the ball and get those rushing points. Again, I think Baltimore is trying to decrease the liability here and not, try to jeopardize Lamar in an injury or anything like that. And for my last pick, man, I really, really like Anthony Richardson. He's been making that low-key noise out in the NFL world. And everybody's excited to see what he got in store, man. So those are my definite 5 quarterback rankings to kick off the seasons.
And like Anthony Richardson could be up there, at some point in the season by the end of the rankings. See, I like CJ Stroud. I like those weapons. He doesn't give me that fear of a sophomore slump, like Bones was saying. He doesn't give me that uncertainty that some rookie quarterbacks give. He has that full-fledged long dick of the law confidence.
Okay. Let me ask you this. Who would you rather have as your quarterback? CJ Stroud or Jordan Love?
CJ Stroud.
CJ Stroud. Come on. That's not even a question.
Jordan Love won his first playoff game on the road at Dallas and put up historical
you already gave me all
Listen, that's easy. Listen, that's easy. Listen, a college football team can do that. A college football team can do that.
They can't. Oh my Jesus!
It's the Cowboys. Bones is the Cowboys.
My cousin's a punter at Dayton, Ohio football. He probably could have scored a touchdown on the Cowboys in the postseason.
They had a top 10 defense last year. And
where was it in the playoffs?
That's what happens when you have a good quarterback. Who do you think has a higher upside, Jordan Love or CJ Stroud?
CJ Stroud. Can we just move on? Are you obsessed with Jordan Love or what's going on?
All right.
Moving on to running backs, guys. And I think the first pick, we're gonna agree here in unison. All right, on the first running back pick, and then I want you guys to give me the rest of the fourth. All right.
White Jesus.
Right.
The white Jesus, the good
CMC.
Christian McCaffrey,
the good Christian.
number 1 draft pick.
Yep.
Nobody's touching
I have on him is health. That's literally it. Can you
what
say
health? He was healthy. He has a little bit of a calf strain, though. He has a little bit of a calf strain, so they're gonna take it easy with him. Maybe to
look at that. And that's your number 1 pick?
McCaffrey with a half day is still better than 50% of the running backs that are our starters in the NFL.
Bijan Robinson.
Yeah, I would put Bijan at 2 as well. But I know Jerry's going to say Saquon, so can we just move on to 3rd?
You're absolutely correct. I'm going to go ahead and take Saquon
I know
at
I am.
2.
You are so predictable with the Eagles picks.
I don't
even know if it should be called
if he wasn't so good, he wouldn't be in the top 3 picks here in the rankings, bro. In real life,
clearly
fantasy.
I would
Come on,
put
guys.
Brees Hall from the New York Jets
Absolutely,
above
I
Saquon.
will put Brees Hall up in front.
Bro, you
Oh
guys
my!
are smoking
All
crack,
right, all right.
man.
CMC,
You guys are on that
CMC,
Lamar Odom,
Bijan,
that OJ
Bijan,
Simpson.
Brees Hall.
Uh-huh.
I put JT up there.
JT.
Jonathan Taylor.
Oh my God, I totally forgot about him. I mean,
He's
yeah,
healthy. He's
the
healthy
coach,
with Anthony Richardson there, being
yeah.
able to scramble, and him back there. That's a crazy threat. Michael Pittman out there just luring in the defenses. Trust me. And Jonathan Taylor's a dual threat. He can receive as well. Don't forget that. So he's going to get you those points, PPR especially.
I would put Jahmyr Gibbs over Derrick Henry. Why? Because their offensive line is better.
I like it. I like it. If he's healthy, I like the Jahmyr Gibbs kid, but his health is a concern right now, apparently.
Jahmyr Gibbs is healthy. Who's the other running back for the Lions? They got two.
No, not Montgomery. Is it? No, it's not. Hold on.
It's not David Montgomery.
David Montgomery.
They got
David
two good
Montgomery.
running backs.
David Montgomery.
One of them is injured right now.
It was. It is Montgomery. Montgomery is technically the starter. Remember, they split. They split a lot.
Time there.
Gibbs blew up near the end of the season, but Montgomery was still getting the goal line work, not Gibbs.
Listen,
I'm
gonna go with a nice little pick here and go with Travis Etienne, Jacksonville.
Who? Travis Etienne over whom?
No, I believe
Travis
it's over
Etienne,
Humus.
baby. You gonna pick Jonathan Taylor?
Absolutely, I'll pick Jonathan Taylor over Etienne.
All right, that's a good pickup. I think Travis Etienne is time to break out, son.
Yo, Trevor Lawrence looks like that statue that SpongeBob made of Squidward. You know what I'm talking about? The fucking long face right there, marbled ass, fucking chiseled and shit.
Christian McCaffrey, my pick. Saquon Barkley, Brees Hall, okay, Bijan Robinson, and again, I'm gonna go with Travis Etienne for my fifth pick, man.
All right, I'll reiterate mine real quick: McCaffrey, Bijan, Brees, Jonathan Taylor. And then I'll put Gibbs in there. I'm not saying Saquon. Don't blink at me like that. Bones.
Christian McCaffrey. Bijan Robinson. Brees Hall. Kyren Williams.
It's Kyren, you fucking Jesus.
Is that how they say it out where you're from?
You want to say out west? I live north of you.
And Devon Achane.
All right, not bad. Achane, you're going with Achane.
Okay, Bones, you'll get your Achane.
All right, get your Achane in, dog. I know you traded for him last year. Part of your worst trade of the history of fantasy football package.
I picked him up in the 7th round. Get it right. Let's go to receivers.
Top 5 receivers?
Yeah, there's quite a few receivers, guys. There's so many receivers. It's ridiculous.
All right, so fantasy-wise, honestly, I'd have to say CeeDee Lamb. Yeah. I'll tell you why. I don't hear any objections to that because they don't have anybody else. Dak Prescott, that's his guy. They don't have anybody else. They're gonna feed him and feed him and feed him and feed him. Based on target share alone, he's gonna have a monster year. Also, contract. He wants that contract. He wants that security. He's gonna have a monster year. Then I'd put Tyreek easily. I'd put Tyreek Hill. You can't go wrong with Tyreek Hill, man. You could probably put Tyreek. Any of these 3 guys that I'm about to mention could end up being number 1 by the end of the year. And then I'd put Jamar Chase slightly ahead of Justin Jefferson just because of the whole McCarthy situation. Kirk Cousins not back, but I'd put Jamar Chase up there too. Also trying to get a new deal, still on the rookie deal. But those 3 guys are top tier elite gods. And other remaining gods, I'd say Amon-Ra, I'd put at 4. Again, just because of the quarterback issue in Minnesota. But I'd still put Justin Jettas in the 5. I still even if he has what is it, Brucey from the longest yard throwing at him. he'll still produce a lot of fantasy points. Trust me. The guy, I think it was Nick Mullins played a few games last year, right? Nick Mullins played a few games and he had like 22 points a game. Justin Jefferson with a backup quarterback. Nick Mullins sounds like the guy that delivers your mail. Okay? Trust me, Jettas will still perform. No, AJ Brown does not belong in the top 5, Jerry.
Oh, come on, bro. Future Hall of Famer.
Oh, God. Here we go.
Future Hall of Famer.
What is this? Is this an Eagles podcast or is this a Raw fantasy?
I don't know, bro.
All
I feel like I'm listening
listen,
to
listen.
I feel like I'm listening to
the.
I feel like
I'm gonna
someone's
give you.
pouring a bottle of Cheese Whiz down my throat right now.
I'm gonna give you the top 5 of the century here, all right? So I'm gonna go top number 1. I think the unfortunately, as much as I hate the Cowboys here, they're gonna get the deal done with CeeDee Lamb. All right. I don't know how much money they're gonna give him. All the money that they're gonna give him, he probably deserves it, right? I don't know what they're gonna do with Dak. I hope they don't pay Dak. All right. He hasn't done anything for the city of Dallas.
Bro.
He hasn't done anything for the Cowboys, and I don't think Jerry Jones can pay him. Who are they gonna get? They'll figure it out later. CeeDee Lamb, the number 1 draft pick in the wide receiver realm. All right. Number 2 pick, Tyreek Hill. Can't go wrong. That's the only receiver that Tua is ever going to see in the rest of his career with the Dolphins. Hopefully they can get it done. The Dolphins haven't done anything in 23 years, guys. It's time that you win a playoff game. If it doesn't happen this year, Tua is officially on the hot seat. I don't know why they gave him that deal. I understand why, but again, I'm not big on Tua. So Tyreek Hill, the fastest man alive, number 2 pick. Amon-Ra St. Brown, baby. I'm gonna go with number 3 there.
I love it.
Because they're gonna give him all the touches. All right, in Detroit might be that team this year that might go at least to the Super Bowl. Let's see how it goes. All right, my next pick, AJ Brown, guys. I'm gonna go AJ Brown. Philly got it going on. If Nick Sirianni and Jalen Hurts can maintain their relationship, which is right now the focal point of everybody's opinion, all right, then they'll get far. If not, then this is going to blow up in the Eagles' face, and then Nick Sirianni is going to be officially on the hot seat, and potentially Jalen Hurts as well, bro. All right, Jettas. What is there to say about Jettas? I don't care what's going on with the QB situation. That is the only receiver they got. Okay, so Sam Darnold, he's going to have to figure it out, bro. All right, and then Ja'Marr Chase, man. If they can get the deal done, I'm hoping we can see very good things from him. If they don't, because he might not come back, I think a good pickup would be Puka Nacua once more.
All right. Mine is very simple. Tyreek, CD, Amon-Ra, Ja'Marr, and Jettas. Only reason why Jettas 5th is because I don't know who they're going to start at quarterback, but like you guys said, it doesn't matter who they start, he's still going to get points. Tyreek, which was voted number 1 by all of his peers. CD. The reason why I put CD 2 is because, like you guys said, he's their only option. Therefore, he's going to see double coverage all the time. All the time. And then Amon-Ra number 3 is because that's a passing offense. Before they running, they passing. And Ja'Marr Chase because Joe Burrow. I'm trying to Joe Burrow. That's a throwing offense.
Joe Burrow, bro, is Joe Shiesty. Is Mr. Steal Your Girl.
Definitely nice picks, guys. All right, so as we get now to the bottom half of the show here, guys, before we get out of here, let's draw up a top 5 teams that you guys think will go the distance this year in 2024.
All right, top 5 teams that can go the distance this year. I want to say my surprise first pick is going to be the Detroit Lions. I am a believer in the trenches, and the Lions have some of the best lines on both sides of the ball. The reigning champs, the Chiefs, can't count them off yet. The 49ers, the Dolphins, and the Eagles.
Let's go, baby. Let's go. Everybody knows it, Andre. Everybody knows it.
Hey! I'll put the Eagles up there at 5. I'll put the Eagles up there at 5. Sure. You know, if we're doing only NFC, but of the whole league, yeah, no, I'm not putting the Eagles at 5. So that said, I Chiefs first foremost, reigning champs, best quarterback in the league, still unthroned best tight end in the league, Laporta and companies. You know, 1 year not enough to unthrone the GOAT tight end right now of the league. The 49ers, I'd say, still got it going on. Good defense. CMC up there. Brock Purdy is a great game manager. That's his title on his resume, game manager. I really hope the Ravens do something this year. I would like to see Lamar get a ring, man. I would love to see Lamar get a ring. That'd be awesome. The Lions, man. The Lions are sick. I've always been a supporter of Jared Goff. I love his play. I love his grit over there. Like I said, Jameson Williams is going to be on an actual roster healthy to begin the year in college. Look up his highlights. They speak for themselves. At 5th, I'm putting the Texans. I'm sorry. I'm on the CJ Stroud train with all those weapons out there. I could really see it happening, man. I could really see it happening for the Texans getting far in the playoffs, maybe pulling in an upset on one of these teams aforementioned.
I'm definitely
Eagles
gonna go
at
NFC. I'm definitely gonna go NFC heavy, man. First and foremost, the 49ers, I think they're gonna, show a lot of what they were doing last year, regardless of that Ajuk situation. All right, they're gonna get that resolved. They got Deebo Samuels, all right, which we didn't even talk about him yet. I'm definitely gonna go with the Detroit Lions. They're in there like swimwear, all right. So Philadelphia Eagles, of course, they're definitely a heavy contender. I'm with you with the Baltimore Ravens. I'm hoping that they do something, man, because if not, that would be very disappointing. They have a squad on them, so
Yeah.
it would be great to see them going to the Super Bowl.
Love Lamar, man. Yeah.
So, and that's pretty much it, man. If I were to do like a surprise pick here, it would probably be the Los Angeles Rams. I think they're gonna do a good job this year.
My surprise pick would probably be the Packers.
Oh, I like the Packers.
That's my surprise pick. My surprise pick would be the Packers.
Surprise NFC, Packers. Surprise AFC, Houston.
Yeah, surprise definitely. AFC would be the Dolphins. If the Dolphins could win a game in sub 70-degree weather, once I see that happen, then I'll give it to them. But like Jerry has
Bones.
alluded eloquently, they haven't won a playoff game in 23 years.
Didn't we beat you?
No, 23 years, Bones. You know this history better than us.
23 years. 23 years.
The Jets are going to be a problem, Bones. And the AFC East, they're going to be a problem. They got weapons. And we don't want to see Chris P talking his shit in the league.
I mean,
nobody want to see
the
that.
Same as I view the Dallas Cowboys. I see them as the Cowboys.
We have a Jets fan in the league?
They got Aaron Rodgers.
We do.
Oh, man.
We do have a Jets fan in the league, son. Shout out to Chris P.
Hey, Chris P, we all make mistakes.
Evidently.
All right, guys, we're going to get out of here. But before we get out of here, make sure you drop a like, drop a comment, follow us on Instagram at Raw Fantasy Sports. We got the Polo live draft coming up next week, next Saturday, August 31st. We got the draft lottery on August 30th, live on Instagram. Make sure you catch us on Instagram, guys. Drop a comment, show us some love. I expect everybody from the league to be out there. We're announcing 4 different leagues from all over the country, guys. We got different diversity this year and a lot on the line. The return of the Fantasy Cup rankings, final clinching for next year. We got yours truly over here, Andre P., the 2023 Fantasy Cup winner. All right, the first ever.
The only thing he's ever won.
Bones, don't worry. I'll give you my autograph when I arrive.
All righty, guys. Thank you for joining us. Episode 40, RFS, The Raw Report. See you next week.